wherever you are. Okay. I just wanted to come on here real quick because honey, I'm about to go to bed. Okay. I'm tired. I've been staying up every night, like pretty much just studying the bill of exchange. Watching his brother video that I found on Instagram. And I just wanted to drop some Jews, okay, just a little bit, okay. So I had did a video a few days ago in regards to us paying bills, right? And I also stated that your bills are already prepaid, okay? And how do I know this? Because first off, you have to understand that the United States is in debt, right? And I'm not talking about some say, well, it's the country. No, I'm talking about is the corporation, okay? The corporation. So when you was younger, right, and you know how maybe you have children, and like when you was in the hospital, the doctor and stuff, like they wanted to know what was the baby name, and everything like that. They filling out paperwork and stuff like that. And you, honey, you just had a baby, okay? You were tired, okay? But they asking you, um, hey Tracy, no, honey, I ain't gonna get you in trouble because I ain't gonna be on here long, okay? Um, and they asking you all this information, and you just had a baby. But the reason why they doing it is because of the birth certificate, okay? The birth certificate and the social security card. So I want you guys to do your own research too, okay? Because your bills are prepaid already. Deena, what do you mean they prepaid? So when you got their social security card, right? When your mama got their social security card, it created an estate, okay? An estate. And normally when we hear an estate, we think of, not for nothing, okay, I just think of like a white rich person, okay? That's what I think of, okay? So you have is is an estate, right? So how each and every month you get a bill, right? From hey the sisterhood, peace here, baby, peace here. You get a bill, right? And honey, I've been taking notes like no one's business, okay, and reading up on the Federal Reserve, on the Bill of Rights, okay, the Bill of Rights Act 1882. Just reading up on all this stuff, right? And watching this brother on it's Lisa. Oh, but hey Lisa. Okay. um, and I just been reading up and watching this brother who I started following videos, right? So when you get a bill, that bill it never says negative, right? Like everybody knows. Well, it never says negative. But like if you was to go to the bank, right? And this is what I mean by the bill is already prepaid. Is prepaid through your estate, through your social security number. Your social security number is connected to your estate. That all caps name, okay? Like when you go to court or you get a summons or something, or even on your bills, you will notice that is in all caps. Why is that? Well, the reason why is because you are a corporation, okay? And your social security is like your bread. In other words, is your credit. Okay, is your credit. So when you get that bill in the mail, right? It'll never have a negative. Okay, what you really supposed to be doing is endorsing the bill, meaning you supposed to. Now, when I first, seen videos, it was people saying, "Oh, well, you just write on the bill and send it back." It's not is not you don't just write on the bill and send it back, okay? You have to send the bill to the CFO, the chief financial officer, okay, of that corporation. you have to send that bill is like a remittance, okay? Because let me tell you something. Although your services probably got cut off, okay, due to non-payment, that company they already got paid, so they double dipping. So not only are they getting paid from your estate, okay, which is linked to your social at the Federal Reserve, but they also getting paid from your job that you working at, okay? And I remember I used to say this like, oh, shit, let me just plug my phone in. I remember I used to say this, right? I used to be like, oh, abundance is my birthright. Abundance is like I used to keep saying it, right? When I got into when I first got into spirituality, when I got into personal development and things of that nature, I used to say that. And I didn't realize, right? Like by me saying it, like is really, really true. Okay. Is really true. I remember one of my children had said to me before, like, isn't it silly? Like we gotta pay for food, or whatever. Let me stick to the point. Okay. So everything is prepaid, okay? Is it so say back to the bank thing. Now you have $100. Now just look at it, okay? Don't take my word for none of this. Don't take my word for face value. Do your research and just start um asking yourself, right? Like do this kind of make sense? When you go to the bank, you had say you have $100 in your checking account, and say you do a transaction for $101, right? But you only have $100. You're gonna have a negative $1, right? Meaning that you have to pay that $1 back. Well, if that's the case, how come it doesn't say on your bill, whatever the amount is, say your bill is, $50. Why on your bill, when it gets sent to you, it doesn't say negative $50? You want to know why it doesn't say negative on your bill? Is because your bills are already prepaid. They paid already from your estate, okay? So I told you guys the story with T-Mobile, right? A few last Friday, okay? I basically told them that I was going to get them for securities fraud because they already is getting paid on the account from my estate, okay? But they still was, stating that like I owed them money and stuff like that. Now, I said I did set up a payment arrangement, okay, for November the 3rd because I just wanted to stall them just until I really get an understanding of how to endorse my bills, okay? And I wanted to take this class so I could get an overstanding on how to endorse my bills. Okay. So everything that you're paying for, and you're like, well, I gotta work all these hours to pay these bills. What if I told you you really don't have to work, okay? And the work that you're like you working, I always knew some shit was off with this. I don't know about the next person, but I told you I would have my epiphanies and I would go in the bathroom before I had my spiritual awakening, okay? And I would say, I know I did not come here to work and pay bills. Something seemed off with that, okay? Something, I never cared for working like that, okay? I'm just gonna be honest, okay? I never cared for working like that. I just felt like it didn't make sense to me. Okay. Now, some people will say, "Oh, well, you lazy or you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that." Those the same exact people that majority of the time they don't even like their job. Okay, but they trying to tell you you lazy and stuff, and they don't even want to be there. Okay, but because of their programming is so strong, okay, that's stated. So anywho, when you go to like a dealership, right? And you apply for a loan, right? The the dealership, they'll come back and tell you like, oh well, you wasn't approved, right? And you walk out of the car dealership, right? And you think like, oh, I'm not approved. But what if I told you that you was approved? Okay, you was approved by the from your estate. You was approved from your estate, and although they denied you, okay, why you think they never give you the application back? They never give it back to you, right? It's like almost like the application disappears. They come to you and tell you like, oh well, you wasn't approved, right? What they do is they file an application with the Federal Reserve, and they make money. They make money from your estate, okay? And you like as if you have the car, okay? And you just going about your merry little way and thinking like, oh shoot, like, I done got denied and stuff like that. But they making money. They still making money off of you because they collect them from your estate. When you give your social security number, is almost like you giving them access, like these corporations, you giving them access to go into your estate account. Okay, is basically like you saying that they could, you giving them permission. Okay, um, when I first, so I told you guys, like I first heard this, right? I heard this, it was really the Black Law Dictionary, okay? A young lady that I had met when I was doing Uber, she got in my car, and she was talking about the Black Law Dictionary and, all this stuff and how her license was suspended, but she had got a ticket or something, and she was going to court to beat the ticket. Even that, okay, even with the Black Law Dictionary, okay, in it states like you're not supposed to get a ticket if you are like you don't have to show your driver's license and stuff like that if you are traveling, okay. um but if you are doing like transportation or something like that, you supposed to show it because it's like basically you're working, right? So I first came in contact with this stuff like, a few years ago. And I told you, I don't know if I said it on here or another platform. But I was telling my nephew about this, like, oh well, the lady I met today, she told me, all this stuff about the Black Law Dictionary and all this. And my nephew, at first, he was agreeing, like, oh, yeah, that's true, that's true, that's true. And then, I was staying in contact with the lady and stuff like that. And then I was, going back telling him, like, oh, the lady said X, Y, and Z. And he basically was like, she may be an agent, okay? And since he said that, um, since he said that, I blocked the lady. I got scared. I said, shit, she probably an agent, cause I ain't know. Okay. I did not know what I did not know. Okay. And so, to the people that's out there, you may be like, damn, I'm working all these goddamn hours, every week. And before I even get paid, the goddamn check is gone because you like, I gotta pay these damn bills and all this other stuff. And then the bills are only to come to find out that the bills already paid. And to the people that's like, slavery is over. Okay, that was like, so many years ago. If you think it's over, I'm here to tell you it's not. It's not over. Okay. I remember I was watching, I was listening to him, Kevin Tredone, okay, and he was with the Brotherhood. He was a 33 Freemason. And I remember I was listening to him because it was a group that I was a part of, and one of the guys, the guy that I was, close to, in a group, he had sent me Kevin Tredone video, and it's called, it's on YouTube. It's called Your Wish is Your Command. I'm telling you, you listen to that, you're going to be blown away. Okay, this guy, he was a part of the Freemasons. Okay, he was in the Brotherhood. So I never forget. It's like I think 12 parts. Okay, I was so like whenever I'm learning something new, I'm so captivated or whatever. Okay. I just like I have a intense eager for learning, right? Like I want to know, right? And I remember I was listening to his video all day, and one of the things he said was, if you can't get through this video, right? Because it's like 12 or 13 parts of it, and I think like each one is like an hour or so. And he was like, if you can't get through these videos, you wonder why your life is the way it is. You wonder why. And then he started going and talking about the food, okay, like McDonald's eating that stuff, and what the elite eat and what the elite do, and all these different things, right? So I never forget he was saying like he was like, you guys think that slavery is over. He said slavery is it still exists. He said, and the interest that's on these loans, he said, is set up that way so you could never get ahead. And as I started learning this stuff, right, the Bill of Rights, the Federal Reserve Act, as I started learning this stuff, right? Because I went to college, and I remember reading the Constitution and stuff like that, honey. But I wasn't, I wasn't really paying attention like that. Okay, I was, but when it comes to this, I'm like, you mean to tell me, okay, you can be free, but you gotta goddamn read, and you gotta know your damn rights, okay? You gotta read and know. You gotta know, because if not, you're not gonna know how to endorse that bill that they keep on sending you from their cable company, from their cell phone company, from their credit card company, even for your rent. You're not going to know how to endorse the bills, okay? And so I remember even Kevin Trudeau, he was saying like basically like how the system is set up. And he's one of the things he said, like in China, right? um and that's why one of the reasons I said I'm not gonna buy like earrings and stuff, like you get the earrings like massive cheap and stuff. So what it is this is from Kevin Trudeau mouth, okay? One of the things he said was that in China, one of the ways that they keep them um doxa, I think it is, like basically not being able to, question a reality, just like, just like zombies, so to speak. Just like working hard and stuff like that, because they got to pay their bills, and they getting paid a low rate, whatever. But one of the ways is because of I forgot what drug he said that was like very prominent over there. Like is I don't what drug he said. Shit. I don't know if dope, right? But he was, and I was like, what? Because some when you first hearing this, you like, I never heard that, for China, right? And then I had went and I started looking this stuff up, and it was saying like the war on drugs in China. And I said, what the fuck? Because nobody ever talk about this. Okay, nobody ever say anything about this. And so like he just was going on and on and on. And he was basically saying like your wish is your command. And he was like, the reason your wish is your command because you really are creating this. And he was like, the biggest game that ever had been played on you was to believe that something outside of you exists, okay? Or something outside of you basically is going to save you. But also to believe, or to believe that something outside of you exists, but also to believe like that you can't have what you say you want, or because you can't see it coming, or because you want to know how it's coming, right? Like nobody, let me tell you something. So I was on TikTok earlier, right? And I go off and on. Like some of my social media accounts, like I be on there and then I delete the app off my phone, then I go back on there later on, probably a few days later, or whatever it is like that. And so I was talking about this on TikTok, and my subscriber count went from 12, I think it was like 1248 to 13, I think I'm at 1340 or something like this, just talking about consumer law, right? Consumer credit law. And as I was speaking about this, right, is like so many people, and I'm still learning about this stuff myself. But it's like so many people just don't know what they don't know, right? Like even far as like me with the car situation, when my car got repoed a few years ago. Um, and from I had got a letter from the company, well, from the bank, right? That the car dealership had, used or whatever. And the banks are really the borrowers. Like even that whole concept, like we think like you're not a damn borrower. That's what they programmed you to believe. But you're not the borrower. Why you think that you know, they be putting all those advertisements, right? Like when you go, I don't know about where you guys live, but it's a highway like where I live at, like not probably like 15 minutes from my house. And it's like a bunch of car dealerships, right? On this strip. And when you go, like when you ride and pass, you see like so many advertisements, right? Because they compete in. And it's one of the laws, the Bill of Exchange. No, not the Bill of Exchange. The is it the Bill of Exchange? No, not the Bill of Exchange. The US Constitution, like the codes and stuff, right? And it's like one of the things is like Congress findings. Let me see, because basically Congress was saying like they start seeing that it was a trend, right? Like people leasing cars and stuff like that, and all this crazy stuff, and it's like, even though some of the things we not supposed to be doing, right? We still do. Like some people would say, well, when I went to the dealership, I know I did. I put freaking $5,000 down on the car. Okay, $5,000 down on a car. Okay. Because I was so geeked on getting a new car, although I had a car, but I was so geeked on getting a new car. And so I put $5,000 down on this car. How about you're not even supposed to put a down payment during financing? It's not supposed to be no type of cash involved. Okay. And that's according to the I want to say U.S. code. U.S. code. Honey, I'm tired. Okay, tired, honey. Okay. But there's not supposed to be any. Um, there's not supposed to be any type of cash involved with those transactions. When you going for a car, and some people will say, "Well, the bank, well, the car dealership, they took it. Of course, they gonna take it. Of course, they gonna take it." If they take it, okay, and you don't know your rights, you would just be thinking like, well, that's something I had to do in order for me to get the car. No, not necessarily, because it's written right. I'm trying to find it. Hold on, so I could give you guys 1 second. All right, so I just really been like taking these notes. Okay. I'm trying to. Oh, so this is something that I had wrote out. Um, Make sure you do your own research. All right. So this is basically a template. And this is pretty much like if you was to get denied, for like, for a credit card or whatever it is like that. I forgot to put the code on here, 34. I think it's 3494. A. Okay. I forgot to put the code on here. But this is definitely what I said to, was it T-Mobile or Chase? Oh no, I said this to Chase. Okay, Chase Bank. Um, and I'm still waiting for them to, make a decision because first they made the decision and then next minute I turned around once I called them back and I let them know like, basically what was going on. Then they told me that the application, it was I guess in other words back in review. Okay, after they told me it was denied, but then they turned around and said it was back in review. Okay, so this is, now this word, I don't really know how to say it. I know I was watching videos earlier of them, just talking about this, the act, which is, I told you guys is really your estate, okay, through your social security card and stuff like that, which is really like the credit, okay? So when you be like, oh well, I keep getting denied, you're not supposed to be denied, okay? You're not supposed to be denied according to the Equal Credit Opportunity Act and the Consumer Credit Protecting Act and Truth in Lending, okay? You're not supposed to be denied. This is what I wrote to, I applied for a credit card. Oh no, this is pretty much the same thing. Oh, so these are like some of the codes. 15 USC, 1692. Like when the bill collectors be calling your phone and harassing you and stuff like that. According to the law, okay, they ain't supposed to be doing all that calling and harassing you and stuff like that. And what it says, okay, harass, oppress, or abuse any person. For example, a debt collector may not use or threaten to use violence or other criminal means to harm the physical person reputation. Okay, so sound like when they, put in those reports on your credit. Okay, I don't know, maybe I'm in the wrong. Okay, maybe that's not really right. Okay, but sounds like to me it is going against your reputation, and the credit score is not even real. I looked up because I seen the sister who said when the credit score like first came into play. Okay, and I think it said like 19, was it 1979 or 1939, but rather recent. But then when I looked further down, it was saying something like the credit, it was going back like way back and stuff like that. But at first it said like 19, like it's rather new. Okay. Also, let me see. Uh, so these was some of the guys right here that I only watch mainly one guy, although I have been watching, I think his name is Christopher Hanty, okay, who talks about, all these different bills and stuff like that, how to fill out the 1099-8 form, which the 1099-8 form is an acquisition form, abandon form, and you can only get that from the IRS, which it states that you could get it from Office Depot, I think, and Staples and stuff, but I really believe that it's best to get it from the IRS, and you got to order it. I went to the IRS to see if I could pick up the 1099-A form, because you could use that form to file your taxes. Like once you start doing this whole thing, so this is like, the 1099-A form. And so how about when you let me just see. How about when you get fired, okay? And you thinking like, oh well, I got fired and stuff like that. Their company is still collecting. They still collecting from your estate. Okay, they still going in each and every month collecting from your estate. Okay, and what they're saying is basically is used for the acquisition or abandonment. So if you was to walk off and stuff like that from the job and stuff like that, they basically say like you abandoned your job and things of that nature. So it really pays to really start doing your own research. And you want to know who's the corporation's boss is the IRS. Okay, so when you tell them stuff like, oh well, you guys are pretty much committing securities fraud, because in many cases that's really what they're doing. Okay. So yeah, so my plan is to send the letters off to the CFO so I can endorse my bills. Okay, just like the CFO for T-Mobile, the CFO for PSNG, the CFO for housing for HUD. So that's my plan. Okay, and yeah, this is pretty much, I think. Or I just be taking notes, like taking notes, reading stuff, looking up the meaning, because some of this stuff, like when you read in it, it's like, what the hell are they talking about, right? So that's pretty much what I've been doing. So yeah, and let me say this. When I first got started on this whole journey, I told you guys I used to be a person that be like, I don't like to read. And I had an ex of mine who would be like, go read, like, trying to be funny. And I started reading so much so that I just was like, you know what? I don't even want to be with you. Okay. Because it was like I was growing. I seen he wasn't growing. And so I was like, you telling me to read? And now I'm going to read so much that I don't even want to be with you. Okay. Because I was growing. And so now it's like from me being disciplined from the personal development. Okay, like now it's like I don't have a problem with reading, because before I started like finding out about this stuff, right? The Bill of Rights, the Constitution and stuff like that. I was reading, and in fact I ordered like two books, and they actually came today. So I have Dale Carnegie book. um Okay, this book right here, this book had came today, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Um, but I don't know, because you know what? A lot of the books, some of them say special anniversary edition. Okay, and that was another thing Kevin Tredone talked about. Like even the book Think and Grow Rich, he said like it was a lot of people that was really upset with Napoleon Hill, because he was actually putting the formula in the book on how to actually think and grow rich. And like some of the elites, I don't know if it was Thomas Ford, or but I know it was a few of them that was like pissed off that he was putting the secrets in a book. And so what they did was they took the secrets out the book and then they revised it. Okay. And so the Think and Grow Rich, like I know the edition that I have, that's not like the original edition. Okay. Um, and yeah, so but Kevin Tredone, he still recommended the book because he was basically saying like there's so much information that's out. There is no way that you still won't be able to, become successful and stuff like that. And I know Abraham Hicks, she talks a lot about, your mind, your thoughts that you keep on thinking, that pretty much is going to keep on creating the same exact thing in your life. Okay, and that's where the belief system comes from. Okay, the stuff that you constantly keep giving energy to. So with that being said, family, I'm tired as hell. Okay, my children, they'll be getting up soon. I think it's like after 12, probably damn near 1 o'clock. Okay, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Make sure you rocking out, believing in yourself. Look up some of this stuff. Okay, one of the guys that I follow, I'm gonna put his name over here because this brother, I mean, when I first seen him, let me see. Can I oh, I don't know if I could put something. Can I put something on here? Shoot. Oh wait, hold on. It was there. Hey, damn it. I'm trying to. All right, it's not allowing. I don't know how to damn do this. I don't know how to damn do this. But this is the brother's name. I don't know this brother, honey. Don't worry about voucher being spelled wrong. Okay, to the professors out there. Okay. This is the brother's name. Okay. He's on Instagram, and he talks about all of this. Okay, consumer law. His class that I just did, it basically talked about like how to endorse a bill, like what letters to send to the CFO, and so you can endorse the bill the right way. Okay. So yeah, so wait, hold on now. Wait 1 second. Pin message. Okay. I could pen a message, but I can't write a message. Like what's going on? Okay, I could pen a message, but I can't goddamn write a message. I don't know how this damn thing is. Um, but yeah, so I catch you guys on the next video. But do your own research, okay? And you wonder why that the companies tell you like if you do auto pay you will save like $10. Okay. And I don't know about the next person, but I was like, $10. Oh, that's good. Instead of paying, $80 a month, I'm gonna be paying 70. And then is one of the questions you have to ask yourself, because this is what I said a few days ago. I said the companies there say, for you to why is this thing still like this? Look at this. I'm I don't know what the hell is them. The companies there say for you to do auto pay. The auto pay is so you don't get the bill, so you can endorse the bill, right? But say suppose if you miss the payment, and this is where it comes in, like start thinking like common sense, right? If you was to miss the payment, sometimes they'll cut your shit off because you don't miss the payment. Okay. Sometimes they'll set up a payment arrangement, but if you miss their payment arrangement, they're gonna cut your shit off. Okay. But why would they like tell you, oh well, if you do auto pay, we're gonna save you some money, right? Like, do it really just ask yourself, do it really seems logical to do auto pay? And I used to think, I used to say, no wonder why. They want to get rid of all those goddamn all the paperless, like they ask you like, do you want to go paperless, right? And I know what PSNG they say, do you want to go paperless? And for some reason, I never went paperless with PSNG. I don't know why. I just never did paperless with them. But I did paperless with T-Mobile. And then probably like 2 days ago, I said, nope, let me do regular. I need the paper to come to my house, okay, to endorse the bill. So yeah, is so many videos that's out here, about how people been buying vehicles with a 1099-8 form. I told you guys that form is the acquisition abandonment form, abandoned form. And I don't know if the 1099-A or the 1099-C, but I know one of them. I believe it's the 1099-A because if you go on YouTube, you see so many damn videos. But do your own research, and yeah, just keep going, keep on growing, and I love you guys. Peace.